Ladies and gentlemen, if I quickly just could get your attention, we're going to start off here in just a moment. We have some very, very special guests joining us here from Germany that I'd like to introduce you to. But before I do that, I just want to thank you all for coming out today. It's an exciting moment here for us at Laguna Seca. We've got some fantastic new products. And there's nobody better to have here than the people from M that have been working on this for years and years and bringing these wonderful products to fruition. So I'd like to start off with introducing Daniel Schmidt from BMW M, responsible for sales. We've got Sylvia Neubauer, who's the Senior Vice President for Customer Brand and Sales. And then we also have the godfather of M himself, the CEO of BMW M, Frank Van Meel. And we have them here to talk to you a little bit about these fantastic products, as well as a little bit how important the market in the United States is. And I would like to turn it over to Frank and Sylvia, please, at this time.
Okay, thank you, and welcome to all of you, especially at this time of the day. You must have gotten up quite early, so thank you for doing that. That shows your passion for the brand, I think. And welcome to our M-Town garage here with some nice cars, especially the one behind me. Because let me just kick off with this one. It's not here because we wanted to be here. It's also here because you wanted to be here. So actually we listened to what all of our M fans here in the United States said about a wagon or bringing an M Touring to the US, and now it's finally here. The M5 Touring. I think most of you know all the details, but still some numbers. 717 brake horsepower, 738 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60, 3.5 seconds. Really nice car. Can drive purely electric with 194 brake horsepower up to a speed of 87 miles per hour, and has a range of up to 25 miles when fully loaded. So that's a little bit about the car itself and the facts and figures. I've forgotten one, because this is not only about high performance driving dynamics, but also about everyday usability. And you can see we got some trunk space, so if the seats are folded down, you will get 57.6 cubic feet of loading cargo, which is a lot for an M car, especially such a fast one, because if you opt for the M driver's package, you can go up to 190 miles per hour. But don't take the dog with you on the track, but you could. So that's a little bit about this car. You can see the design is also quite strong. That's due to the fact, of course, that we need a lot of air for the power, so the air intakes in the front are quite big and strong, and also because of the fact that we needed it to get an even wider stance, because we had a slight increase in weight because of the electric motor that is included now. We took it to a wider stance, and you can see it here and there. Actually, it's 3 inches in the front and 1.9 in the rear compared to the regular 5 Series. So it has a very broad stance, 20 inch, 21 inch in the rear. And also, my favorite part, of course, is the rear of the car. If you're standing there, the big spoiler, the vertical reflectors, the dual tailpipes on each side with these diffusers. It makes quite clear that most people will only see you from the back side with this car. So I think it has a lot of potential, and I hope you like it. It will be coming to the market early next year. And I've heard there's already a lot of people signing up, so be quick if you want to have one early. I think there's a run on this car. So we also have the one that you know, the one with the regular trunk, as to say, the sedan. More or less the same facts and figures, apart from the cubic feet, of course, cargo volume. Also V8 hybrid drivetrain, and just in front of the door there's another V8 hybrid. It's our LMDH, our Le Mans Daytona hybrid race car, the GT car. And Connor de Filippi is also around today. So if you have any questions about how it is to drive that car, I cannot tell you. I've not been allowed to drive it myself, and I don't want to ruin it, but he knows, so if there are any questions, just ask him. And with that, I would like to hand over to Sylvia, and maybe you could tell a little bit about the market here in the United States.
So, welcome and good morning also from my side. I'm Sylvia. I'm Vice President Customer Branded Sales at BMW M. and we are super happy to be here with you at Laguna Seca at Monterey Car Week. The US is such an important market. It's our single biggest market for BMW M worldwide, and thanks to our incredible fan base and our loyal customers such as you, we had a record sales year for our financial year 2023. We sold more than 202,000 cars, and out of those, more than 1/3 were sold here in the United States. So thanks to this incredible community that we are seeing around here. So we hope you'll have a fantastic day together with us today, and I think I can hand over to you for the next parts of the program.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to thank you both for coming here today. Daniel, also thank you for being here. This concludes the official part of our presentation. I don't know if you have any questions maybe for Frank, Sylvia, or Daniel, but we have a few more minutes. We have about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before we switch you over to talk about the classic race cars with Tom Blazinski. But do you have any questions about the new M5s?
The suspensions are the same.
Yes.
Calibrations.
Yes. Well, calibration is a little bit adapted to the different balance and weight, but it's more or less everything's the same.
Architecture.
So if you drive both cars, you won't notice a difference.
So, as you know, we've been asking for touring in the US for a long time. What was the decision process behind bringing an M touring before returning just a non-M touring to the market? And maybe this is just a trial, and we hope it is, but we'll see.
Well, actually, classic-wise, the US is not a typical wagon market. So BMW Group actually does not bring any wagons to the market, but we had such a tremendous success also with the M3 touring worldwide, where we offered it, that we said, okay, there is a huge demand for a car that looks not just like some kind of wagon. It makes a clear statement, so it's something really special, and it even enhances what M stands for. That we said, okay, with the M5 touring, we're going to bring it even to a wider market. And we had a lot of questions about M3 touring. Why is it not in the US? And we said, okay, second time we're going to do it. And that's why it's here right now, and it will be the only touring in the market, because BMW Group is not planning to bring a touring.
And probably to add on this one, we also looked into data, and like normal wagons in the US, it just doesn't work. And we listened to our dealer council as well, and they told us that if you bring it, you must do it with the pinnacle of the lineup, which is the M5 touring, and position it as a lifestyle statement. So for the ones that probably have had enough X5Ms, now there's an alternative, but it must be the performance pinnacle of the M5
Or
touring
an addition.
lineup. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to replace it, you can add it to your...
We hope not to disappoint.
Any more questions?
So production starts from November 2024 onwards, and then there's the shipping from Dingolfing to the East Coast or the respective the West Coast. So you can expect it to hit the roads here in February 2025. And if you order early, it would be a wise advice.
Will individual colors be available from the beginning?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. The entire spectrum.
There
of
are
individual
already
colours.
some pictures online in speed yellow with this car. So yeah, you can opt for the individual color program.
Are you happy we brought the touring to the US?
Yes.
Okay.
Cool.
That's good to hear. It was a long road to get there. And one person that I didn't introduce earlier on is Andreas Meyer, who's Senior Vice President for Product Planning and Strategy here in the United States. And he's also with his team. And he obviously also works outside and also a great resource for questions. We have questions later. All right. Make yourself comfortable.